This is QuantumScape on the weekly chart, and we see for the week that just ended, price is down to $5.28. Now this weekly buyer's level at $5.50 worked once, and that was good for a spike to resistance at $13.50. However, price has retraced that move 100% and is actually lower than it was when price was at $5.86 back in May. So before we kind of conclude where price might be heading next, let's try to get some clues by looking at this article. It is coming from Investor Place. The best moves if shares surge post earnings. So they just announced the earnings, and again the price gap down and again closed this past week at $5.28. So a few weeks back, this particular author, he talked about QuantumScape. He argued that while post-earnings surge on the stock was possible, shares would not spike. So we're going to explore possible outcomes post-earnings price action, which again they just reported earnings and the stock gapped down. So in the aforementioned earnings preview article that he wrote, he cited numerous factors calling into question for the potential for a big jump in price for shares after this upcoming earnings report. Again, on earnings, the price gapped down. For one, the current bearish sentiment towards risky stocks in light of high interest rates. So any capital intense company operations industry has been hit by higher interest rates. Also, the fact that QuantumScape stock investors were blindsided by news of a capital raise just a week after the company's latest statements about cash runway suggested little need to raise more money in the immediate future. On top of these factors, QuantumScape dwindling short interest suggested as well a lessened chance of a post-earnings short squeeze. But even if there's little to indicate QuantumScape surged sharply later this week, again this was an article midweek, I wouldn't rule it out completely. Back in August, the company presented a more concrete commercialization roadmap in an investor presentation. Any updates related to this roadmap may boost the confidence that QuantumScape exits the pre-revenue stage sooner rather than later. Any news about new commercialization partners beyond just its longtime partner Volkswagen, which I didn't know in particular, could also help shares get back on track. Yet even if investors react positively to results, updates sell into strength. Besides interest rates, bond yields driving cycling out of growth stocks. Recent events have investors more downbeat about the EV sector as a whole. We just heard from Tesla a couple of weeks ago, and the earnings were not stellar, in particular their margins due to them cutting the price on their cars throughout the year. A strong example may be news of battery recycling company LICY Holdings pausing construction on a new production facility following the LICY news. Morgan Stanley's Jonas has argued that this may signal that early stage EV companies like QuantumScape could struggle to obtain additional outside funding as rising costs and interest rates discourage investment. So this is the sentiment piece of it, the fundamental analysis of QuantumScape, and kind of getting back to the technicals again. We're going to go straight to the daily chart, and we want to look at this gap down in price that occurred on earnings. And what we see is that Friday we had another gap down and a close lower for the day. However, price did not take out the previous day's lows, so that's a good sign. However, based on the fundamentals, I think we are going sub 5 in the coming weeks. This is the let's see, yeah, this was the area that needed to hold. You can see this drop in price based on candle and the rally out, but price is currently below these demand wicks right here, so that's not a good sign. So again, I'm looking for price to continue to move down based on the sentiment, based on the continued high interest rates environment. going into 2024, 2025 might be a better environment for these type of companies. But the question is, will QuantumScape still be in business? Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.